All right, let's talk about something that every single developer knows and, let's be honest, dreads, the Git merge conflict. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be a constant headache? In this explainer, we're going to give you some super clear practical strategies to stop them before they even start. Let's get into it.
We've all been there, right? You're in the zone, you've been coding all day, you're finally ready to push your amazing new feature. You type git merge, you hit enter, and then, bam, you see it. That error message pops up and you just feel that little pit in your stomach. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep, this message. Now look, it's a totally normal part of working with a team. It happens, but it doesn't have to be this constant, frustrating roadblock. The real secret isn't just getting good at fixing conflicts, it's building a workflow where they almost never happen to begin with. It's all about prevention.
So, what's really going on here? What is a merge conflict? Well, it's actually way simpler than it feels in the moment. Just imagine you and your teammate are both trying to rewrite the exact same sentence in a Google Doc at the same time. When you both go to save, the computer just throws its hands up and says, "Whoa, I have no idea which one of these is right." That's all a merge conflict is. Git's just confused.
And that right there brings us to the core idea of this whole explainer. You could spend all your time learning fancy commands to resolve conflicts, but honestly, the best strategy is just to work in a way that stops them from ever happening. So let's build that better workflow. So let's start with your absolute first line of defense. These are the basic, smart habits and daily routines that will make a huge difference right away. Think about how these 4 steps all work together. You pull often, so you always start with the latest code. Your branches are short-lived, so your work never gets too far away from what everyone else is doing. Your commits are small, so changes are easy to understand and pinpoint. And because you integrate regularly, you're dealing with tiny little differences along the way, instead of one giant, scary merge at the very end. It's a really simple but powerful cycle.
And this is so true. Because you know what? All the Git commands in the world don't mean a thing if you don't talk to each other. Seriously, a simple Slack message like, "Hey team, I'm going to be digging into the login component for the next few hours," can prevent so much trouble before a single line of code even gets written.
Okay, so we've got those foundational habits in place. Now, let's build on that. It's time to level up with some more specific Git strategies and team-wide standards that can make your collaboration even more seamless. Now this is a big one, the classic merge versus rebase debate. A standard merge is fine, but it creates all these extra merge commits that can make your project's history look like a tangled spider web. Rebasing is different. It's kind of like you take your new commits, you lift them off for a second, you slide the latest changes from the main branch underneath, and then you place your commits right back on top. What you get is this beautiful, clean, straight-line history, and it often makes that final merge way smoother. But, and I can't say this loudly enough, there is one golden rule with rebase. Because it literally rewrites history, you should never, ever rebase a branch that other people are also working on, like your main or develop branch. Only rebase your own little feature branches that nobody else is touching. If you break this rule, you're going to cause absolute chaos for your teammates. Seriously, you've been warned. Okay, let's talk about maybe the silliest, but also one of the most common reasons for a merge conflict: code formatting. You know, one person likes their curly bracket on the same line, another person likes it on the next line. You both touch the same file, and bam, a conflict. Over what? A bracket. It has zero impact on how the code runs, and it's just so frustrating and totally avoidable. So what's the solution? It's simple. You take the argument away from the humans, and you hand it over to a robot. Use a tool like Prettier or ESLint, get everyone on the team to use the exact same settings, and just have it run automatically. The code just formats itself, everybody's code looks the same, and just like that, poof, an entire category of conflicts just disappears. No more bracket wars! And one last pro tip. Be extra careful with those shared configuration files. You know, your package.json, your build scripts, these files are changed by pretty much everyone when they add a new tool or dependency. They're basically conflict magnets. The best way to handle these is to make your changes small, tell your team what you're doing, and merge that change in as fast as you can. So we've covered a lot of ground here, right? From daily habits to team-wide rules. Let's just boil this all down into a super simple, easy-to-remember framework.
It really all just comes down to these 3 things. 1. Sync up all the time so you're never falling behind. 2. Keep your changes small and focused so they're easy to manage. And 3.
Talk to your team, both with your words and by using the same tools. If you can nail these 3 pillars, you're going to have a much more peaceful, conflict-free life as a developer. So, as we wrap this up, I want you to think about this list. From polling more often to setting up an auto-formatter. The real question is, what's one of these things that you and your team could literally start doing tomorrow to make your lives just a little bit easier? Something to think about. Thanks so much for watching.